3 and put them in a bracket and play a tournament of 3-on-3. If all
That'd
you
be
want,
cool.
NBA Jam style.
right? If all you want's offense anyway, why not? I mean, have them even play half ice 3-on-3 or something, first to 5, and move on. And I mean, you could knock out an entire tournament with 40 guys in a couple hours like that.
Or something that could translate against all sports could be like, how about after the season and after the championships are all over, then you do your All-Star game because A, you'll get that extra week of viewership for the sport, and B, they might actually try hard because if they get injured, they don't have to go back to work in 2 days.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to justify when these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to tell them to go out and play a game that means absolutely nothing, and risk their careers and put injuries on the line for what, for fun, for the fans. I don't know.
And yet they still play in the Olympics.
And that's the thing. That's what the Olympics are for. I mean, that actually means you're playing for your country. I mean, there's at least a little something there. It's competitive hockey, at least,
Plus all those orgies in the Olympic Village.
Right. On all the stray dogs running around.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, all in all, it was a pretty cool weekend. It was awesome. It was great for the city of Columbus to kind of show off a little bit with everybody watching. The skills competition was fun, as always. The game was fun for like 5 minutes until, it's just the same thing over and over.
Until it started.
Right, yeah. I mean, there was actually a couple nice saves, but it's just – I feel bad for the goalies. I mean, they're just getting shot on the entire game. It was like 50 shots apiece for each goalie.
By complete elite athletes, too. So no matter how good they actually are in terms of the competition, they still look like idiots.
Yeah, like – I think Marc-Andre Fleury stopped like 2 shots or something out of 10 or something. I don't know. It was ridiculous.
They just pulled a Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks. They just threw down their mitts and like, oh fuck this, I'm out of here.
Speaking of Mighty Ducks, did you see they did the old flying V in the breakaway challenge or in the shootout challenge?
I watched the highlights of that. Yeah,
I was really hoping you were going to say knuckle puck.
No, but yeah, Johansson had the tail end of the wing there on the flying V and rang it off the post. He ended up missing the shot and kind of ruined the whole thing.
What was the name of the main kid in Mighty Ducks that missed shots all the time? I forget. I ruined the joke.
Thanks for fucking that up.
He was going to say he did that like that kid, but it's over.
The knuckle puck kid?
No, not the knuckle puck kid. The
Charlie?
Joshua Jackson, his character. Charlie. He Charlied it. When he has an open shot, he totally misses.
Take that C off his sweater.
That's right.
Exactly.
That C stand for Charlie.
Stands for cunt.
We need some Jonathan Banks on this team.
But yeah, it'll be nice. It's nice now. Get the All-Star game out of the way, put it all behind us, and move on and actually get to watch some real hockey now.
There we go. Any good news in the real hockey world we should know about?
Not really. I mean, it's all kind of misery out our way. We're just dealing with injuries. Latest news was that our starting goaltender is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. So I kind of think a lot of fans – I mean, the Blue Jackets right now, if they wanted to make the playoffs, they'd have to win approximately 28 of their last 37 games or something like that. So it's a really slim chance of that happening. And you don't want to be one of those teams that – I know we kind of talked about this a little bit last time – that just misses the playoffs and you get a middle round pick and
Phoenix Suns.
You kind of get stuck in mediocrity land. Toronto Maple Leafs,
right.
And
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, yeah,
not the Lakers.
Yeah, and I mean this Bobrovsky injury may be a blessing in disguise because at least now the team can have justification to suck. So.
Mike loves justification to suck.
Right.
Yes.
I'm like, see, it's okay.
Yes. All right. Well, let's take that and move on and talk about some flat balls because we like flat balls.
Facts. It's football nomenclature for when a quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Before we get on to the big controversy of the last week and a half or so, we kind of mentioned the Pro Bowl happening. The ratings were down this year for the third year straight to a 5.6, which is basically what Raw does. Monday Mike Raw.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's getting worse and worse. The good things that came out of the Pro Bowl was, I think this is really cool, and I hope to implement it in the season. I'd like to get your guys' opinions. Is not only did they move the kick back to the 15-yard line, which they did during the preseason.
For the extra point.
But they shortened the uprights. They narrowed the uprights, from 18.6 feet to 14 feet, which is actually, when you looked at it, it was a little funny looking. It was like, that's not proportional. What the fuck is this?
Right, you're like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I wish they'd do that during the games because that'll cause more two-point attempts and less field goals and more fourth down attempts, I think. I don't know what you guys think about this field goal situation.
I love it. More fourth down plays, fourth and go plays, I should say, and then probably more 2-point conversions, like you said earlier.
Hopefully so. Phil?
I don't know about the whole field goal post thing, but I'm definitely totally for moving the kickoffs back because it just absolutely enrages me when I watch my team take it from 9 yards deep and get hit at the 10-yard line every freaking time.
That's true.
Yeah, so I don't think the field goal
Browns.
post.
Yeah, I was like, who? Oh yeah, duh.
I don't think the field goal posts being narrowed will make teams go for 2 more. I think extra points will still be kind of gimmies. It'll cut down on longer range field goals, but I don't know if they really need narrowed. I think that's just kind of arbitrarily changing the game just to change it, to mix it up and make it different. But I definitely think the kickoff should be changed back.
Yeah, the one thing I was telling Mike off the air was, when they invented football and these standards were set, I mean, the kickers were just jabronis they found to come kick the ball. Now, I mean, they're elite athletes that are paid specifically for kicking the ball into this, small area. And it just, I feel like it's too easy for him. I mean, Phil Dawson, the MVP of the 49ers, chip shot that thing in from like 56 yards. Ridiculous. So, I don't know.
Yeah, the game's definitely changed as far as kickers go, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still a 3-point try. I don't know if narrowing it and what the percentages are, how many you'd cut down that way, but
it'd be nice if they could find a way to like narrow it for the extra point, but for, field goals from the 50-yard line that you're trying to go for, you can keep at the regular distance.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a pretty expensive experiment with adjustable field goal posts, but
right. And it's a shame they don't have any money.
Right.
It's like the moving baskets at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Can you make it?
Yeah. Put in your $1 to make the kick.
There you go. Maybe that's what they need to do in the NBA for free throws or something. You want to get rid of something automatic.
Or just put on the the drunk goggles.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yep.
Or make them close their eyes like Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
make them spin on a bat 3 times before they shoot.
Yeah, there you go.
And then play the Benny Hill music. Anyways, and they also tested out a new replay program where the refs were looking at their knockoff iPads and looking at the replays that way. Jimmy Graham also dunked the ball twice when he got his touchdowns
on that narrow post too.
Yes,
he made it, guys.
Narrowly made it.
He made it.
Yeah. So, but I think we should move on to the most.
Let me say one thing.
Oh, please.
I don't think J.J. Watt got the hint that you're not supposed to play defense at the Pro Bowl because he got an interception and a fumble recovery. And he was going all out on every fucking play. The guy's a man.
But he's J.J. Watt. Yeah, he is a freak. He's J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
He's J.J. fucking Watt. Dude's gonna be.
Did you see his pregame Odell Beckham Jr. catch?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's ridiculous. And then Odell Beckham did another Odell Beckham catch in the middle of the game.
Yeah, then he's like, "Fuck you for being me." Yeah.
You know what the Jimmy Graham dunks kept reminding me of? You ever see that Key and Peele skit, the Hingle McCringleberry?
No, I never saw it.
Touchdown celebration? Oh man, you gotta.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
I love the Key and Peele like the roster name skit.
Yeah,
they're naming off everybody's name. It just got worse and worse. It's a little racist.
Dunk it should.
Exactly. So, let's move on to the controversial news of the week. But before we do, our one and only Trigger Mike over here has created a brand new intro for talking about DeflateGate, aka Ballachek.
Champs of AFC. It's all thanks to DeflateGate, if you know what I mean. Gronk is to the left of me, left fell to the right. Ain't got to run the ball's a knife, 'cause the error takes flight. With less PSI to grip it tight. PSI, need the ball more light. PSI, deflate those balls. Ball a check, 6 Super Bowls.
Feel bad for that microphone.
I blew it out.
Yeah.
I think you missed your calling, Mike.
As a bad cover band singer?
Yeah, bad parodies.
Well, I didn't know the charity strike started employing Weird Al Yankovic.
Just gay Mike Yankovic. Close enough. So if you guys haven't heard by now, then you probably live under a rock or you're just severely retarded. So the Patriots are going through this whole DeflateGate situation. They found that 11 of the 12 balls they used during the game were under-deflated. We briefly talked about it last Monday, but not a lot of details around. Now all the details are coming out. So 11 of the 12 balls severely underinflated. And
Which, the one thing I didn't hear is, did they check any of the Colts balls to kind of get a baseline standard of what the ball? Okay.
And the Colts balls were all fine.
All fine. Okay.
Yes. Luck had great balls.
All right.
Yes.
Fully inflated.
Fully inflated, very, very
Firm.
great balls. Yes. Belichick is saying that the Pats followed every rule. Him and Tom Brady both denying any involvement in the situation.
Which I'm sure they didn't have any involvement in the situation.
Right, they paid someone to have some involvement. They got that kind of cash. The NFL is investigating to see how this could have happened because, as we said on the last show, the refs inspect the balls and the footballs 2.5 hours before the game starts. Then they provide them back to the team, and then that gets to the field. How about you don't provide them back to the team until the game starts?
Right. You take them and give it to the team.
Yes. The NFL has narrowed it down to one Pats employee. At least that's what they're saying. And he is being raped and investigated as we speak.
His nickname is the Fall Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Your code name is Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like,
you'll know why.
I think they'll catch on, Coach. Do you think maybe we should call me something else, like the Eagle or Hawkman or something? You know? It's like, no, you're the Fall Guy. That's what we're gonna call you. If you don't like it, you can kiss my ass. They turn a little Vince at the end.
Yeah, they do a little bit. Now get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah. Jerry Rice. Lots of people are coming out. Jerry Rice says if they win the Super Bowl, there should be an asterisk next to it. I don't know what you guys think. I think that's dumb because it has nothing to do with the Super Bowl. It has to do with their AFC win. Check their Super Bowl balls.
Yeah.
And
if they win that game with fully inflated balls, they're fine.
Yeah. Chat room's getting mad at me for doing Vince McMahon.
Oh.
I don't know. I think if they win the Super Bowl, they win the Super Bowl. Phil.
Yeah. I can see Rice's point, though, because maybe they never should have been there in the first place. But dude, this is why the NFL sucks. Not the game, but the league. The league sucks. The front office sucks because...
Yeah, Roger Goodell sucks.
You need to... This is the type of thing that retroactive punishment is going to be so unsatisfying. Okay, if they cheated to get into the Super Bowl, they win the Super Bowl or whatever, they play in the Super Bowl, you're going to take away a draft pick or fine them, whatever, $25,000 or something? I mean, who gives a shit?
And a draft pick from a team in the Super Bowl is not going to be worth a whole lot.
Right. Who cares? You need to. I'm in the very small extremist radical camp that thinks they should have been disqualified. I mean, what kind of message is it sending? I understand that there's different levels of cheating. Okay, there's, going 10 miles over the speed limit, and then there's robbing a bank. But I don't think the deflated balls are that big a deal. But regardless, okay, these rules are in place. They violated the rules, and they're just saying it's okay. It's okay. Whatever,
Slap
we'll take away a third-round draft pick that you're probably getting an extra compensatory pick for anyway, and it's just retarded.
But the Patriots always go, well, yeah, but look what we got with a six-round pick, so it is bad for us.
Right,
yeah.
I talked about last week that they should make it's hard. I feel like they should make an example of the team just A, because they're always getting in trouble for this sort of backhanded shit, and B, so other teams think it's okay to do. And yeah, replay, whatever game so that we decide a winner, or just automatically put